Hey YouTube, welcome to part 2 of the Lost Table series. I was planning to do this in one episode, but that would have been a little bit on the long side, so I'll finish building this episode. Let's get on with it. I'll give the top a bit of a hit off to the orbital sander now. I've got a couple of bits of glue that I just want to dig out. Very gently, carefully cut along the V, cut out that little bit of glue. One of the beauties about this knife is being able to just take the blade out really quickly and easily. You just need to use it like a single-edged razor. That corner was a bit sharp, I think. I'll get some use on the top before I go try another corner. That's got it nice and smooth. I thought I'd finished using this saw for the day, but apparently not. My wife had a bit of a look through the timber that I got available in the timber pile. She's picked out this stuff that she wants, so it's going to be easier to cut here. I've got a bit more to come off there. Yeah, half a saw blade's worth. Now's the job for the guide. Okay, the guide's okay for light duty. Yeah, the clamps here are pretty light, so I wouldn't put any pressure on it. This is basically going to be scrap, so I'm going to use it to test the measurement. Looks as though it'll be perfect. As soon as this is scrap, I'm going to run him all the way through and just make sure it fits where it's supposed to. Yep, nice, neat fit. Again, good fit. And there we go. And that's the bottom shelf there, just sat in place. Two full width boards on the outside, and the one I had to cut down in the centre just makes it look a little bit more balanced. And once I get them in, wedge them in tight, they should pretty much join up. See the join, not much we can do about that. It'll look good. I just got to drill some holes now so that I can screw the top on. Figure out where we're going to put some for the bottom bit. I've upended this on the chop saw stand. I wanted a better place to work. Tabletop here, table frame on top of it. I've got this corner here precisely where I want it, right in the middle. The next thing to do is to put a screw through that, just to hold this corner. Since I've got an electric drill, it would help if I had some electricity. Ah, damn. Then I knock it. Luckily, she didn't move. Before I put that all the way in, I better just double check the length of these. Yeah, that should be fine. Make sure that didn't move at all. Perfect. Now, I can get this corner right. It's only about a millimetre out position. That's pretty near perfect. I'll put the next screw in this opposite corner. And that should hold him in place now while I get the rest of them in. Alright, I'll get them in and then we'll get the shelf in next. I've got the table tipped over now. I've got the 3 boards for the shelf sat in there and I've got them clamped in place. Now I'm doing them this way because there's no tongue and groove on these boards. They're just some scrap timber I had around to do the job. I've had to wedge them tight together so they get a reasonably close gap there. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad either. And for the type of table it is, I think it'll be all right. Next thing then to do is to go along and put some of these shorter screws in there. Now these ones just get screwed along on the end. I'll get them done off camera and then we'll come back to the finishing touches. I've left him on top of the chop saw table and turned him right side up so I can varnish him, just so I don't have to bend down too far to do it. I've got some Cabot's Cavathane polyurethane clear varnish here for the job. Always stir your varnish, never shake it, never introduce air bubbles into it by stirring it too briskly, and use a good brush. Hopefully this one's going to be good and won't shed hairs. I gave the table a wipe down with a rag soaked in terps just to clear any dust that might have settled on it. Always brush varnish in one direction. Don't go like that. I always go lengthways with the grain, find it gives a better finish. Except on the end grain here where you can't do anything else but the best you can do. Everywhere else with the grain. I like to finish it up with some long once you catch the light the right way on it, you can see bits where you might not have got it as good as you'd like. Just give them an extra brush. Doing a big area, you need to get to that fairly quickly because you don't want to do that once it starts to dry at all. Clean the brush out. I'll have to give him another coat. Probably tomorrow after he's dry. That should put a nice shine on him. I'm down to the last coat of varnish on this. Everyone will have their own way of doing things and a lot of people will tell you their way's the best. The way I do it is to give it a light sand off with some really fine wet and dry sandpaper, usually 400 to 600 grit. Just a light sand off just to knock the bubbles out of it in between each coat. And give it 3 to 4 coats. On the main surface I will sand along the grain. Then after I've sanded it, I give it a wipe off with a turf rag just to get any dust that's been left behind off there. Doesn't have to be a really strong sand, as I said. All you're wanting to do is knock any lumps and bubbles off, not take any of the paint itself off. And when you finish, get a nice clean rag, wet him down with terps, and just wipe him over to collect any of the dust that's left on there. A little bit that gets left behind after you finish with this won't matter. It'll just blend in with the next layer of paint I find. Probably can't see it in the camera, but you can see a bit of a powdery looking surface on it. Just the barest hint of powder there to show that I had taken a little bit of varnish when I sanded it. Now, this should be the final coat. This is the 3rd coat I'm putting on. A little bit more awkward on this bottom one. I've got to go from both ends, otherwise I won't get all the way to the end of the board. Alright, that should be finished. Grab my gear and clean up the brush and we're done. I hope you found the video a little bit entertaining.
There's no plans associated with this video because it was just an off-the-cuff build using whatever I had laying around to turn a sow's ear into a silk purse. There's a link to my website where you can find plans for many other projects. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click like and subscribe for more. Until next time.